Welcome, Eurovision fans! It's time to talk about Portugal at Eurovision 2019. Portugal will be represented by Conan Osíris with the song Telemóveis, or cell phone in English. So what word would I use to describe this song? You'd probably think I'd say weird or different or eccentric or something like that, but no, I'm going to go with grief. Because the song has a lot to do with grief. It has a lot to do with getting over somebody who might have passed or a connection that you might have had, and how a cell phone can hold you back, tie you down. There's a lot of little things in there that are really meaningful and nice about the song. It's not the kind of song that's an anchor or just a show. There's a lot of deep, meaningful things here, and I'll talk about that a little later in the video, but yeah, it's about dealing with grief and getting over things at the deeper level. At surface level, he's talking about a cell phone, but that's really a metaphor for like grief and getting over things. So yeah, it's a lot deeper than people will initially give it credit for. So Conan Osíris is the stage name of Tiago Miranda, who was born in Lisbon. He takes his first name from the Japanese anime of the same name, and his last name is from the former Egyptian god Osiris. What's so impressive about Conan, though, is that he composed, wrote, and performs the song himself. Everything here is him. This is his vision and his dream come to life. So what's good about this song? The introduction is so strong. It comes in there, makes an impression, and you're captivated from the first sound, the first chime. I love the vibes. It grabs your attention. It says, I'm here. And at first I was smiling because of the costumes, and then the chime started, and I was captivated. I was completely focused on the music. Then Conan started singing, and I was thinking, wow, he has an incredible voice. There are so many intricacies in his voice, delicate and powerful at the same time. Incredible tone. I love the percussion and instrumentals. The backup singers also do incredible in their vocals. They play off really well with everything else that's going on. They don't overshadow Conan, but they are omnipresent throughout the song. There are a lot of multicultural aspects of the song, from the instruments to the singers themselves to Conan's voice. He puts a lot of emphasis on certain things. It's really quite interesting to see what types of music he's pulled in here and brought to life. So the message of the song is very important. People are so addicted to their cell phones. I actually don't own a working cell phone most of the time, or if I do, I have a flip phone. When I come home from work, it goes in a drawer. He talks about how cell phones are part of your soul, or they become part of your soul, and a link to other people, and it goes deeper than that. I'll talk about it later. But the song goes, it's about loss, dealing with grief, moving on with your life, and trying to cope with that loss. And it's much deeper than a silly song or just an eccentric performance. If you're reading the lyrics, you can see how the entire performance fits the lyrics perfectly. This is obviously a well thought out, rehearsed performance, as the stairs are a huge part of the song, talking about calling to heaven and then deciding not to, and staying on earth, and wanting to live, wanting to die. There's a lot of different things going on here. So the performance is well thought out, it's prepared, and the breaks in the song, the chaotic parts, the subtle parts, the quiet parts, there are so many different things, moving pieces going on here. I think myself from 5 years ago might have written off a song like this, but me of today tries to understand it, and I actually do get it. Yes, it's a bit weird, it's a bit eccentric, like I've mentioned, but I understand the song and I understand the performance. This is performance art, and Conan does so well in that role. So what are some potential problems of the song, or things that Eurovision voters might not understand or like? Some may find the outfits and costumes to be a bit of a distraction. This was the first thing I noticed in my reaction video. But, as you can see, as soon as the music began, I forgot the costumes were even there, and I focused completely on the music itself. As I said, it's a very deep song, but one of my worries is that some won't just listen to the song nor bother to read the lyrics. They might focus on the extravagant costumes and miss the value of the song completely. One compliment I can make of this, though, even though the costumes are different, you can tell that Conan is stoic, and he takes this very seriously. This is not a joke to him. He is compassionate, open, and real in his performance. So hopefully others won't view it in that light, that it's a joke. I hope people don't think that when they see how serious he is on stage, from his mannerisms and his character he creates up there. Of course, the dancing is a bit different, and that might also throw some people off too. They might see it as goofy or awkward, but at the very least, I think they'll be entertained and captivated by the dancing portions of the song. Many just aren't going to enjoy this song. It's not a traditional Eurovision song. It's completely different, and many might find it hard to connect with on another level. If you're a fan of the song, be prepared for some other people to not like it. Try to show them the song's value and explain it to them. Rather than jumping on people for not liking it, encourage them to look at some of the interesting aspects of the song. Point out how deep it is, how soulful it is. Point out some of the cool things that maybe they might have missed. I really want this song to do well at Eurovision, and it can win a lot of votes. If people start to understand what's behind the staging and everything going on, what you see at face value, maybe they won't judge it as harshly. So what's my rating for this song? Well, when I was just listening to it, I'm like, oh, this is a nice song. But then when I looked at the deeper meaning, this is an incredible song. It's full of heart. It's completely different. I'm going to give this song a 10 out of 10. And it's only the second 10 out of 10 I've given this entire Eurovision season. I think this is a brilliant song and wonderful piece of the heart from Conan here. It's something I'm not going to get bored listening to, that's for sure, as I listen to it over and over again from Eurovision. And there's no way this doesn't make my top 10. So is this song a contender or a pretender? Let's keep this short and simple. This song is a contender. This could possibly win Eurovision 2019. And it's a qualifier. I can't see any reason this song won't qualify. It's different. It's going to be polarizing and divisive, which is actually a good thing at Eurovision. You want a song that people are going to talk about, and this does that. Would you rather have a song like, I hate to put another song down, but Latvia Carousel That Night, a song that is kind of forgotten. It's a brilliant song. I love it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. But I constantly see it at the bottom of everybody's lists. You'd rather be this song where you're either at the top or the bottom, and beloved by most, but, also a little bit of controversy. You stay in the news there. So I think you're in a great place, Portugal, and you definitely have a song that could win the contest, and not only that, it's a definite qualifier. I don't see any reason this will not qualify at Israel and Tel Aviv. So let's look at Portugal at Eurovision, my rankings versus the Eurovision Song Contest official results. Well, there hasn't been a Portuguese song that I haven't loved in the contest since I started religiously watching in 2015. In 2015, Leonor Andrade, Che Umar Que Nos Separa was my 23rd song, and it placed 36th. In 2017, because Portugal skipped in 2016, they came back with a vengeance, and Salvador Sobral, Amar Pelos Dois, placed first in the competition, and I had that as my number 3 song. Big fan of that song. It was just a gorgeous song, and it reignited Portugal's fire, and Portugal's been swinging for the fences ever since. 2018, Claudia Pascoal with O Jardim Beautiful song. I absolutely love this song. I had it ranked number 10 in my list, and it placed 26th. I think that 1 year break really did wonders for Portugal because they've been just as passionate as Italy in the Eurovision Song Contest. So, yeah, that win by Salvador really reignited the fan base, and the song this year is just very interesting, phenomenal type of song that could do very well in Israel. So we're going to have to see. I have very high hopes for this. I think Conan is going to be a very good representative and make Portugal very proud in 2019. So I'm going to do like I used to do, where I would read the translation of the song for English for this, because I saw some translations online that seemed pretty lousy, but I had a commenter on my video reaction called Die Angel, and this person sent a very good translation, so I'm going to go ahead and read that here, just so you can understand what the song's about if you're an English speaker or want to know. So, the song in English, cell phones. I broke my cell phone trying to call up to heaven to find out if I kill the longing, or if I'm the one who dies. And who kills whom? Who kills whom will it kill? Not even I know. When I find out, I won't call another soul. If life calls you up, if life sends you a message, if it doesn't stop, and you don't have the courage to pick up, you already know what is going to happen. I'll go downstairs, and I'll wreck my cell phone, the old celly. I'll break the cell phone, both yours and mine, and I'll wreck my phone. I want to live and obliterate my cell phone, and if I break my cell phone, I'll only break what's mine. I have yet to see if my longing will die, or if it turns out I'm the one who dies. And who kills who? I don't even know. The snitches have never seen anyone be born. I used to break cell phones, but I will never break mine anymore. I know that the longing is dead. The one who shot the arrow was me. The one who shot the arrow was me. So there's also an explanation that they included, and I'll read it also because it's interesting and I think it gives good perspective of what the song's about. Thank you again, Die Angel, for this. I really appreciate this. You made it very clear, and this helps everybody to understand the meaning of the song. So the title is Cell Phones. Nowadays, everyone has a cell phone and can't live without it because it connects with the people and the world. It is almost a bionic heart. The cell phone has a vital power in our life. So Conan Osiris gave to the cell phone an extra power to call to heaven in order to kill the longing of a soul that passed away. Therefore you see a dichotomy if he will kill the longing or will the longing kill him. And he doesn't have the courage to pick up the life because he's suffering. He wants to die with the pain inside him. But then he decides to go downstairs and live and wreck the cell phone, both his and cell phone soul. Then in the end, he decides to keep the cell phone because he shot the arrow to the longing and continues with his life. Besides this message, how many of us have lost a relative, a loved one, a friend, in a war, with cancer, in an accident, whatever, and decided to wreck the phone because the pain was unbearable? Or you didn't want to listen to the news by the cell phone, possibly because it's too depressing. Or even you never wished you have a special cell phone to listen to the last time you hear the voice of the person who passed away. See, the song is much deeper than a lot of people give it credit for. A lot of people will look at it at face value and think it's weird or different, but it's got a lot of meaning and it's got a lot of value here. So don't write this song off. Look at the lyrics. Try to understand it. I connect with it. I lost my mom, and yeah, I didn't get it at first, and all these translations are horrible, but this one right here is phenomenal, and it helps me understand the song and really connect with it. So yeah, give the song a chance, and hopefully maybe you will end up liking it as well if you previously didn't care for it as one of your favorite songs in the contest. Thank you for watching my review of Portugal at Eurovision 2019. Portugal, you have an awesome song again this year. It's so different, it stands out, and I'm really excited for how you're going to do at the contest this year. And I also want to say to the people watching from Portugal that have been so supportive of my channel, obrigado, because I really appreciate the people from Portugal. They're so passionate about their Eurovision songs and countries, and it's just awesome. I love that Salvador Sobral came in and won the contest, and Portugal has this fire like I don't see from a lot of other countries. So as a Eurovision fan myself, an outsider from the United States, I love your passion and love of the contest that just burns so deeply. So I always love doing the Portuguese review and seeing what songs. I would love to be able to go back and look at the festival songs and react to some of them. So yeah, maybe I'll do that when I have a little bit of time on my days off coming up. So, yeah. But thank you for watching, and for now, Lethargic Sloth, out.